Hello everybody, my name is Veronica. I'm 22 years old and today, September 27th, 2015, I am officially 3 years cancer free. So, I'm doing a YouTube video. I wanted to do a YouTube video for a long time and I feel like I never had exactly what I was gonna do, and I was always like, oh, I'm gonna do it today, and never ever did it. So I just felt like now is the perfect time in my life. I'm very happy and I feel like there's no better time than to celebrate this monumental day. So I guess I'm doing this for a couple reasons. I don't care about putting myself out there or putting my story out there. I want to put my story out there as much as possible because me as a Hispanic woman, the type of cancer I had is not very common. So I want to raise as much awareness as possible. I guess another reason I'm doing it is because I've encountered so many people, whether it's people I've just met or people I knew back in high school or just whatever. I know there's a lot of people that are curious and want to ask, but you can't just go up to somebody
like, hey, what's up? You had cancer? Like, no.
I don't blame them for not asking because I don't think I would ever have the courage to ask anyone that, but I don't mind sharing my story with everyone. I'm very open when it comes to this aspect of my life. And also, just in case there's anyone that's having maybe a bad day or something like that, I want to share my story about how I fought, just to kind of maybe motivate them and be like, you know what, look, I have to keep fighting, I'm gonna get through it. Yeah, I do want to continue to post on YouTube now I have this video up. Just a lot of things. I want to have other people's stories on here too. I want this to kind of be interactive. So, I'm not doing this so much for people to even watch. Like, I don't care if I have 1 million followers watch this or I have 2 people. Like, that's cool with me. I'm doing it because I want to do it for myself. And hopefully we can get others to interact with me as well. I want this to be our YouTube channel, not mine. And I don't want to get famous off of this. I'm good. So, without further ado, let's just get into the story. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. All YouTubers say that, and I don't know, I guess since I'm putting this up, that makes me a YouTuber. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll have something in the description box. I guess it all kind of started, I don't remember if it was like 8th grade or freshman year. I want to say 8th grade for some reason. But that's kind of when I first realized discovering this crap on my eye, you can call it. It was on this eye here, and I'm trying to see how I can describe it. It really looked like bird poop. I know that's horrible to say, but it did. It looked like bird poop. Yeah, it was a lumpy black just mark on the top of my eye. I can show you guys where it was. I mean, it's not there anymore. It was right on top of that area there where the white part is. You can't see anything now because of the surgery or whatever. But it was there and it was just like lumpy and disgusting looking. Never really thought anything of it. We got it checked out by like a bunch of eye doctors here and there, like for my yearly eye checkup or whatever. They always checked on it and it was always nothing. It was a mole on my eye. So I went through high school fine, cool, chilling, graduated. After graduation, I decided to take a summer off because I was lame and decided,
oh, I'm gonna rebel and not go to college.
Girl, bye. I went to college eventually. But, so I took a semester off, and I don't remember if I was still in high school when I went to this appointment or if it was during my semester off, but my dad took me to Wills Eye Hospital downtown in downtown Philadelphia. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it, but he took me to the hospital there just to get it checked out. They said they believed it was a nevus. So what that basically is a mole in your eye. It's harmless. It's chilling if it stays there. The eye didn't bother me at all. It didn't hurt. It was just there. And you couldn't see it on my eye, so it's not like it was cosmetic. It was whatever. They said it's a nevus. It's a nevus. Let's leave it at that. We don't have to go through all this. It's a mole. If you can't tell, I have about 27 on my face alone. I've counted. So, like, it's not uncommon for me to have a mole. So we left it as that. The following semester I started in Penn State and I was mad hype. Like, I don't know, I liked college. Finished that semester all good and dandy. It was Mother's Day that year, and so I was 18 at this point. For some reason, Mother's Day was like a couple days before my birthday, and me and my mom were actually in Puerto Rico for Mother's Day. So we went to Puerto Rico, had a great time, came back my 19th birthday, on and poppin', cool, good. I had a great birthday. Now I want to say that Monday. No, maybe it was that Thursday. Whatever day my birthday landed on, that a couple days after, I had a doctor's appointment. I went with my oldest sister, and it was just like a visit with my primary. I remember the reason I went, it was because I was having really bad pain in my eye. I was getting really bad headaches. My vision wasn't the same, and this eye just always felt like really, really heavy. And just didn't, I knew something was wrong. That's period, point blank, I knew something was wrong. So we go to the doctor and I show her, and she was like, oh, we have to get you an appointment with the oncology department ASAP. So I'm like, alright, cool. We leave the visit or whatever, and we're waiting. The nurse is on the phone with the oncology department. I raised the camera a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind. I just thought maybe it would be a better angle. But, alright. I'm sorry. It's a little difficult to talk about when I really sit there and think about it. But, I feel like that was a big moment just because that was the first time I ever heard anyone call it a tumor. And it kind of just took me by surprise that she called it this. I'm like, what is she talking about? This is a nevus. This is not a tumor. So, at the same time, I don't think I really took her serious. I just thought, you know what, maybe this is just what she's calling it because she's a doctor. But it's just a nevus. She's just calling it this. It's nothing. And I went about my way. And she made sure I got that appointment. I think it was a Monday that I had that appointment. It was either Friday or Monday. I can't remember which one. Now, not for some reason I'm thinking Friday. Either way, they told me before I went, they're squeezing me in, so this can be an 8-hour appointment. And I'm like, please, 8-hour appointment? Like, this is not going to be an 8-hour appointment. Fine. So the day came, and I went with my mom. And lo and behold, we were there, y'all, from literally, I think my appointment was at either 6:30 in the morning or 7:30 in the morning. We were there from that time in the morning, meaning we had to get up at like 4 or 5 to take the subway and get down there. And we were there, no lie. We didn't get home that day until 7 o'clock at night. The whole time at a doctor's appointment. And here, we didn't take her seriously when she said 8 hours. So we see people in there with like coolers and stuff and all these snacks. And I'm like, who brings a cooler to an appointment? Like, I know it's downtown, but relax. No, we should have brought a cooler. We were so hungry and tired and eating like, I think, vending machine food and whatever they had at the Wawa, whatever. So, yeah, my first appointment, I remember like it was yesterday. It was just crazy. I saw so many different doctors. Why am I getting... I just saw so many different doctors, and it was so much. It definitely, it's not something I can explain or describe. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. So much. I can't even describe it. Words aren't coming out right now, but I was a teenager. I was 19 years old, and I wasn't like one, like, you know, kids nowadays are like mad mature. I was not that kid. I was literally like, I don't know, I felt like a 19-year-old. I was not 19 acting 32. I was 19. So, and she never made me feel like overwhelmed. I feel like, yo, I have to give the biggest shout out to Jefferson's whole oncology department, and not even just the oncology department, because when I went on to other doctors, I felt like everyone was just so nice. I never felt uncomfortable. I never felt overwhelmed. Like, I feel like they really took into consideration that I was a child and I didn't know what was going on. Like, as much as I knew what was going on, I didn't really know the severity until it was all said and done. and they were always just there. You know, they're just great, okay? They are great, they are amazing, and they will help no matter what. And they never made me feel like there was a chance that everything was gonna end up okay. Like, I knew just from them and their confidence and the way they spoke, and they probably weren't even as confident as they made it seem, but they never made me seem like they weren't confident. They always made me seem like, you know what, you're gonna beat this. But I'll get more into that later when a certain part of the story. But yeah, so Dr. she came and saw me, and she's looking, and she's so nice. And she said, you know, I think it's just a nevus. It doesn't look like anything, but if it's bothering you, we'll get more into it. We'll look more into it. So I had a bunch of doctors come, and I remember this one doctor. I believe she is the head of the entire oncology department. This is Dr. She comes in like a boss, guys. Like, she has a crew of 27 people, and they're all like, someone's pushing out her chair, someone's doing this. Like, it's just crazy when she comes in, because it's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Like, am I gonna get surgery here done now? Like, that's what it feels like. It's so crazy. But very professional, very nice, and fine. It was just crazy when she came in. I thought I had to mention how crazy, like, this lady, I want to be like that one day. Like, the end of the appointment came near. She's like, you know what, none of us really think it's anything. It looks relatively normal. However, because it is causing you pain, we feel like you should get it removed. So I was like, surgery? I've never had surgery in my life before that. Now I've had like 52. Joking. But before that, I never had surgery. I was a relatively healthy child. I was shy and never did anything, never broke a leg, never, nothing. So surgery was like, what? You're kidding, right? But fine. So we go into the scheduling center. It's me and my mom. I was sitting on this side, my mom's sitting on that side. So the lady says, okay, so we have Wednesday available. So that was like a couple days away from the actual day. I don't remember if it was a Friday or a Monday. For some reason, I'm thinking Friday. But still, that's like a short amount of time. I'm thinking she's going to tell me, oh, how does May of next year sound? Like, I didn't realize surgeries were like, bam. I thought they give you a little time to think about it or something. But before I got to give my mom the look that was like, no, we're not doing Wednesday, we could do next Wednesday, she automatically is like, oh, no, Wednesday works fine. Wednesday works fine for you, right? Okay, Wednesday it is. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, I guess Wednesday it is. Works for her, so I guess it works for me. So surgery day. After surgery, I kind of sucked. I mean, it was a surgery. What do you expect? I don't blame any. It was a surgery. I had a cool eye patch for a couple days. Actually, I have a picture here. Let me grab it. It's me and my eye patch. I don't know if it's focusing or if you can even see it, but yeah, that's me and my eye patch. So yeah, I got to wear that for a little bit. I had a mean lazy eye after. Like, I swear my eye, this one eye was like that big. And then this, I had pretty big eyes. So this eye's like, boop, and this eye's like, brr. So 3 months later, I had a follow-up to see how that went. And in my follow-up, they had gotten the biopsy results for my eye crap. Yeah. And I remember I went to this appointment with my mom and dad, both of them. And they very politely and very subtly told me that they tested the tumor and it had come up as melanoma. It was conjunctival melanoma. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but
Conjunctival.
it was melanoma. And we would proceed as I now needed to check where it had spread to. And fine. So that day they actually, I guess you could say, rush appointed me an appointment with an ENT and also a regular oncologist within the Jefferson network. And it was basically just to see where this had spread to, because scary stuff. When they first told me, like, I feel like me and my parents were all kind of like numb. We didn't really, none of us really had like a huge, oh my god, reaction. We all just kind of said, okay, so what are we doing now? So what's going on now? It didn't really hit me until I came home. And mind you, I still hadn't cried the whole time. I'm about to cry now, I don't know why. But I still hadn't cried the whole time. I was just like, okay, well, I have melanoma. Anyway, so what's on TV? Like, I didn't want to deal with it, I guess. After my sister brought us back to reality, I kind of knew, alright, let's go. I didn't really tell anyone when it was going on. Scared of what people were going to say, or I was scared that people would feel bad for me. I didn't want anyone to feel appointments. And they decided they were going to do something called lymph node tracking. And it's when they put liquid through my eye, and wherever that liquid would go, that is where the cancer would have spread. So if it went to my lymph nodes, they would take out whatever lymph nodes it spread to, and if it went any deeper, then we would have went from there. Then how the lymph node tracking worked was, it was like a surgery. It was a surgery, but they numbed my eye, and I was still awake during this, and took, no lie, the needle this big. I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. I swear it was this big. But it's a needle with this blue liquid, and they literally, like, I had to hold my eye like that, and they gave me a needle as I'm watching the needle go in. So they put me to sleep or whatever, and I woke up to find that I had a scar on my neck. I don't know if you can really see it. Let me try and zoom in a little. I don't think you can really see it just because it's very well done. My scar, like, the doctors did such a good job. You cannot tell there's anything here at all. And I also have a scar that goes behind my ear like that. And I had lymph nodes taken out from where my neck is and my ear. But so yeah, we went to the follow-up appointment. I think this one was after a month. And he told me, he literally shook my hand and said, "You're cancer free." That was just, it was crazy to me. Like, I never expected anything like this to happen to me. I guess you could say I kind of had the childish mentality of, oh, nothing bad's ever gonna happen to me. That happens to those other people, but it's not gonna happen to me. And it did. It happened, and it was hard to deal with, definitely, but it's so crazy because I can remember the day I went for my first appointment, and I can remember the day I went for the last one where they told me I was good. And like, two completely different feelings. Like, it's just crazy how life works. And before this happened, I remember praying for strength because I was never a strong person. I was the type of person that if something bad happened, I fell apart. And I can admit that now, like, I completely fell apart. And I feel like, and I truly believe everything happens for a reason. And now I'm not saying people die for cancer for a reason. Like, cancer sucks. And cancer needs a cure because it has taken too many good people. Nobody deserves this. Nobody deserves cancer. And I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy. Yeah, it was so surreal when they first told me, you know, that I'm cancer free. It did spread to some of my lymph nodes, but they removed those, and once they removed those, there was no sign that it had spread any further. So I'm very thankful to God. I feel like he put this in my path to teach me and my family something. Like, this literally changed my family and I. It made me a lot closer to a lot of people. It changed me. And I'm such a strong person because of it. And my family is a lot stronger as a unit. Like, y'all, I have to give the biggest shout out to my family because they literally were there for everything. Like, my parents' surgery, like, them catering to me. My one sister, when I had an eye patch, was doing my hair, and like the other one's feeding me soup in bed. I remember the one day everyone came over and did karaoke in my house. Why? Just to make me smile and stuff. So it's just, I had to give my family, my aunts, uncles, cousins, my sisters, my brother-in-law, my nieces and nephew. Oh my gosh, my niece and nephews kept me motivated to keep fighting because I wanted them to have something to look up to. So huge shout out to my family. Huge shout out to my boyfriend. I had met him maybe 2 weeks before I started the whole process. It was 2 weeks before my first visit with Will's eye. And I pushed him away so many times, and I was like, look, you don't have to deal with this. You know, you're not, at this point he wasn't my boyfriend yet. So I'm like, you don't have to deal with this. This is something I have to deal with. Nobody wants to be with a girl they can't take out or anything like that because she's sick. And as many times as I pushed him away, he still stayed, and he was amazing for that. I have to give a huge shout out to Will's Eye in Jefferson. All the doctors there, and not even just Will's Eye, Jefferson in general. I have to give such a huge shout out to them because they are amazing, y'all.
I think I'm getting emotional, but apparently I would.
I guess cancer has taught me a lot. It's taught me that I can be strong if I need to, first and foremost. It taught me that life is short. So just do whatever you want to do. Put yourself out there. Like, who cares what anyone has to say, really? It gave me so many stronger bonds. I still haven't let it stop me. Like, I refuse to let the year worth of crap I went through ever stop me. Like, cancer is not going to define who I am. And I don't want people to look at me and think, oh, that's the girl that had cancer. No, I'm not. I'm a lot more than that. There's tons of struggles. I could sit here for days and say the things cancer kind of made harder for me. But then there's also the things like, yo, I have a great relationship with God. Like, so thankful. And I know God has miracles. And God makes miracles. God saved me. And I have such huge faith. It's hard. My point is, life is hard, but it's not going to stop you. It didn't stop me. Now, I want to hear you guys' story, how it didn't stop you. Again, this is to celebrate maybe 3 years cancer free. And hopefully I'll post another video in a year, and just like a follow-up video to this, see how everything's going, and hopefully I'll still be cancer free for the 4th year. But we're taking it day by day. I live my life day by day now. Today I'm cancer free. Today I'm happy. Today I'm living my life. And as far as tomorrow, whatever tomorrow has in store for me, then I'll face it then. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching. It means so much to me to get this video out there. And for everyone facing a challenge, I believe in you. I know you can do it. And for those still fighting cancer, never let it stop you. Keep fighting. And yeah, thank you guys. I love you so much. Team Tuti every day.
Hashtag Team Tuti. Hashtag get it poppin'. Hashtag can't survive in 3 years. Hashtag melanoma kiss my way. Hashtag, that's it. Thanks guys.